Hey everyone, and welcome to Dustin Time. For those of you who are new, I'm Dustin, and for those of you returning, welcome back to another episode of Building with Dustin. On today's episode of Building with Dustin, we are going to be doing 19 Culpepper House apartment. And yes, this apartment does have a lot of packs in it. Obviously, it's going to be 95% decor items because it is an apartment. I can't really do the outside. Um, but yeah, so not a whole lot to describe with an apartment because there's no real lot size. It is a 1 bedroom 1 bath. Originally this one is a 2 bedroom 2 bath, but I thought it would be much better as a 1 bedroom 1 bath. So without further ado, let's get into the speed build, shall we? Okay, so here we go. I figured I would do an apartment because why not? It's been a while since I've done one and I love them. I did make this apartment one other time, but I didn't record a speed build for it and I used mods on it. So I figured I would build this one without mods, do the speed build, and that way anybody could place it. And because the way I built it before, some of the things didn't make sense in it because I used mods to remove the things that you can't remove normally. And so that's why I want to do this one, so it made more sense and it would actually work. This short speed build is going to be a really short one, only about 20 minutes. So yeah, I love the way this apartment turned out. I would totally live there. But what I was going to say is I did this once before and I made the balcony a lot bigger. And I actually made it kind of like an L-shaped balcony. But I found out if you do that, the underside of the ceiling on the balcony now is like a darker gray color. Well, if you move the wall back, it turns white. So then you have like this and this, and it's a big disaster. I'm obsessed with those cabinets right there. I don't know why. I really do like them, and I've been using them a lot here lately, so I apologize for that. But I think they're gorgeous, and I just, why not? So anyway, some of you may know that I've been applying for jobs recently, and I had a job offer today for the one that I really wanted. And as they're giving me the job offer over the phone, the job suddenly changed. And I don't know if any of you have anxiety, but I have anxiety issues. And so this just set me railing. And I just don't know what to think about it. I'm just kind of distraught. I mean, I know that sounds ridiculous, but I am. I had a lot of anxiety about it earlier. And yeah, and so tomorrow morning I have to go in for a walkthrough and kind of get to know the place and everything like that. And I think I'm going to ask some questions if I still have them when I get done with that. I'm gonna call the recruiter and ask some questions. But has that ever happened to any of you? It's like I thought I applied for this job and now you're offering me this job, which they act like the job that they're offering me doesn't exist normally. So it's just like I don't know. But on a lighter note, I did have a second interview with the job that I didn't actually, not necessarily I wanted it, but I didn't necessarily think it'd be as good of a job because for one, I have to get up earlier and I'm not much of a morning person. I mean, it's 12:55 a.m. as we speak, and I have to be at my walkthrough at 9 a.m. As soon as I get done recording this, I'm going to bed. But so yeah, but after the second interview, I think that I love this kitchen, you guys, by the way. And but after the second interview, I feel a lot better about that job, and I'm really hoping that it comes through. So fingers crossed. By the way, the dining room table and chairs I am obsessed with here lately. I didn't know we had those chairs in this game. I guess I just overlooked them, but I am obsessed with those chairs. Not these right here, but the ones that are at the actual dining room table. Obsessed, boys and girls, non-binary pals, let me tell ya. And also I just want to say a quick oh well, okay, so you see how I did a platform there. When you download this from the gallery, for those of you who want to download it, the platform won't be there because you can't upload them, but the floor trim is there. You just have to replace one piece of it, which is on the diagonal part, and then you can raise that back up and everything should raise up with it. The cabinets are up high enough and everything that it should be good. Once again, empty everything out of the apartment before you upload or download this one. I would even remove the interior walls. Make sure to put bb.move objects on. Yeah, and I was trying to think there was something else I want to tell you guys, but yeah, I forgot what I was going to say before that. There's also a cabinet in this build that I found while I was looking through some items the other day, and I am just obsessed with this cabinet. Obsessed. I think it's gorgeous. It's from Cats and Dogs, which is a gorgeous pack for like windows, doors, and stuff like that, and buy objects as well, like couches and chairs and curtains. I love the curtains from Cats and Dogs. But another thing I was going to say, for some of you watching this may be one of your first speed builds on the channel, because we had quite the increase in subscriptions in the last couple days. I think we got like 30 new members to our little family here on YouTube, and I'm just blown away because now I think we're at like 350 subscribers or 315 subscribers, and I'm just blown away. And I just want to say thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed. Make sure you ding the bell so you get notifications when I post new videos. Even with going back to work, I'm going to try to keep to at least 1 or 2 videos a week. Hopefully I'm thinking 3, like 1 speed build and then an episode of each of the Let's Plays. So we'll see how that goes. And the streams, I'm going to try to continue the streams as well. We may just have to move them forward in time. Maybe start at like 7 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. And yeah, so there's that. Today was a gorgeous day in the neighborhood. It was like 54 degrees, and it's been like the teens and 20s for like the last 2 weeks, and we've had like a foot of snow on the ground. And I actually, on my way to my interview today, I rolled down both my windows. I opened up my sunroof because I bought my Mini when it was cold, and it's got a huge sunroof, like the whole roof's glass. And I haven't been able to use the sunroof yet, so that was fun. And it was just refreshing. It just felt like a whole new me. I can't wait for warm weather to get here. I'm not a cold weather person. I'm cold like October 5th to May 5th, just never warm. So, but yeah, I mean, it's been a definite interesting experience too, I would say, with applying for jobs and such like that, and interviewing with the whole new normal that we all got going on. I've never done so many phone interviews and Skype interviews, and well, I mean, I haven't had a ton of interviews recently, or I haven't had a ton of interviews since I started applying, but all of them have been like Skype over the phone. A couple of them have been in person, which, you know, is a little different. You're in a huge room with this other person, or like today I was there with like the HR person and what would be my supervisor, and then another supervisor from the same job on another shift. And it it was different. They had to sit really far apart, which is good. I'm glad that everybody's abiding by, you know, social distancing guidelines and everything, but it was just like a definite different experience. The one guy was like, "Hey man, how are you doing?" I'm like, good. And he was, we both were about to shake hands, and he was like, "Oh, can't do that." He's like, "How about we do the elbow?" And so we did the elbow. So it was just kind of like, I don't know, it just took me a minute. There's those chairs I was talking about, gorgeous chairs. And for some of you who watch my streams, you should be so happy that I didn't use all black furniture and cabinets in this build. Yay to me. But yeah. It's definite, like, I like this apartment, and I play tested everything. Everything is still functional. I placed a couple things like that shelf through the wall so you could see the wall texture behind it, because I thought it'd be kind of cool. I added a fireplace. I wanted this apartment to look like somebody had came in and like renovated it and updated it and made it like, you know, like more modern and things like that. I'm gonna do all the apartments in this building. I think I'm gonna work on them for a little while and kind of take a break from big builds, because we've had some big builds here on the channel here lately. I'm still currently working on one on stream. It is a set of duplex townhouses, and yeah, it's going pretty well. But I told my stream that I wouldn't work on it without them, and I actually was supposed to stream night, but at stream time, my anxiety was just too high. So from the whole job change thing, it just kind of disappointed me and kind of threw me off. So I apologize to any of you that were looking forward to the stream. But it definitely was a moment that I needed to step back and kind of take a moment for myself and not basically put myself out there in such an emotional state. I'm also obsessed with that couch and chair right there. It's all kind of like this apartment's kind of like a mid-century modern post-war revival kind of thing. So, yes, I'm thrilled to death with it. I really am. I was gonna say something else. I don't know. I made a pot roast for dinner tonight. It was so good. So good. I put it in the crocker potter and it cooked for like 8 hours and it was delicioso. So yeah. It was so good. So good. Copper is with us today. He is down here, literally right below my finger, underneath the desk, which is his new spot. Not back there, which I set that chair up for him. I don't know if I told you this to you guys before, but I'm thinking about changing this shit in the background a little bit. I definitely need to change the damn wall color. It's literally like, if like this were my last nerve, this wall color's like bop 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 ram. I did do something a little different with my lighting. I hope that you guys like it. I'm a little self-conscious with it right now because it's more you can see like more of my face and things like that, and so I used to have really bad acne as a child, and a teenager I should say, and so I have some scarring like on my neck and on my face and stuff, so I get a little self-conscious about that sometimes. But you guys are so sweet. Like, nobody's ever said anything hateful to me, which I really appreciate. No real nasty comments, although there for a while, I don't know if any of you others have YouTube channels out there, but I was getting these couple of guys that were constantly going through and leaving comments on my posts, and it was like, check out this babe, and there was like a timestamp, and if you click the timestamp, it took you to a pornography website. Just know, if you ever see one of those on here, I do not share porn. I won't share porn, so that's not for me. I try to find them and block them as soon as I can. Yeah, so I mean, nothing wrong with porn if that's your thing, but that's not what this channel's for. So I also there was something else I wanted to share with you guys. Something in the video made me think of it. I don't know. Oh, I did this little office area. I thought it was cute. I kind of figured with the whole, you know, a lot of people are working from home nowadays. I thought that would be kind of cute to include that on The Sims. But yeah. And this one being so short, I've tried to edit out as much as I could that didn't make sense. Because I did take a little bit of time to do this. It actually took me a few hours. I was indecisive. And you may notice at some point, the coloring of the screen may change a little bit. I didn't know when I messed with my in-game filter that it was recording, so some of that in there that, you know, maybe shouldn't be there. But I do love the apartments in The Sims. I definitely think they're I like the way they're set up. I like the way they did the whole raised up thing, you know, where the apartment's up high even though you can't use the rest of the building. I tried to get a bike in here, I was just having a really hard time with it. I will tell you this, I do not like how when you're placing something next to a platform, it kind of jumps up to the level of the platform, even if you don't have it on the platform. Like, it literally makes like no sense to me. So that's just the problem. And I did notice in my videos that now I'm looking this way, which the build's going on there, so I guess it would make more sense if I was sitting there like this, like it looked like I was actually watching myself build. But it's on this monitor here, but I flipped the camera because that way when I point at certain things or I say which side they're on, they're actually on the right side. So, you know, just ride the storm out, guys. We'll get there someday. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. This is still a learning experience for me. I actually had somebody from the channel reach out to me via email and asked me some questions about, doing this whole process and everything. And I just loved it. I loved that somebody was actually able to reach out to me and ask for help, which, like I said, I'm not perfect and I'm still learning, but I'm willing to help out in any way I can. But yeah, it was just it was cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, I had something something crazy that happened before I ran out of time. So the other night, I was downstairs doing laundry and Scott was giving the dogs a bath, and I heard this noise. And then he's like, "Hey, I need you to come up here." And I thought, and this is why you should never think things like this. I was like, "Oh my goodness, can you not wash the damn dogs by yourself?" And what had happened is he backed up and he butt bumped the toilet tank lid, and when he did, it raised up like this much. Well, when it came back down, a piece of it chipped off, and he didn't realize it and stepped on it. And then he didn't realize he'd cut himself either until he had his foot on the side of the tub while he was washing the dog, and then blood was just pouring down the side of the tub and into the drain and stuff. And I get in there and he's like, "I cut my foot," and I'm like, "Oh, are you okay?" And then I looked over and I'm like, "Holy crap." So I felt bad about saying it, and I bandaged it up for him, and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna finish washing the dog," and I'm like, "No, you need to lay down on the ground and put your foot up in the air." So he laid in the bathroom on the floor with his foot up in the air while I finished washing the dog. And she's a husky, so she'd take a hot minute to wash. I know I don't normally cover bathrooms on my speed builds, but this one being so short, I decided to go ahead and include it, so there'd be a little bit of something extra for y'all to look at, By the way, it is officially the 24th because it's after midnight. So our 21st birthday surprise is coming up on Thursday. There's that cabinet I was telling you guys about from Pets. Is that cabinet not freaking gorgeous? I love it. I love it. There's some of the furniture pieces in this game that have so much detail in them, and it just blows my mind. That shower is from Seasons. I sank it into the wall a little bit so it would look like it was just a built-in shower, but it does still work. And I did manage to squeeze laundry into this apartment. If that's something you play with and are interested in. This apartment has a permanent lot trait of TLC, which that's why you see the pipes there. If you didn't know, they leak and the breaker box goes out and things like that. So your sim will kind of learn their handiness skill as they go. Unfortunately, those are some things that you can't remove, but they're kind of fun for a little spice to your gameplay. Like, "Hi game, how are you?" So, I'm sorry, I'm being really goofy tonight. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I have not had any wine today. No, I'm just kidding. I don't drink every day. I really don't. Actually, I hardly ever drink. I think I did too much drinking when I was a teenager, honestly. I drank a lot when I was 18 because I looked older than I was, and I went to you, and we would go into bars underage, which is just horrible. I know one time I would always park my car either right in front of the bar or right in the back behind the bar, and one time the excise police came in and I was in there, and the owner, this bar's closed now so it won't matter, but anyway, the owner was like, "Oh my god, excise is here, you need to get out." And I was a gymnast at the time, so I ran out the back door and vaulted over the fence and got in my car and just drove away. But I had just got there. I hadn't been drinking or anything, because I got there late because I had to work, and I actually don't think I was stopping in to drink. I think I was just stopping in to say hi to the person I was dating, who was a server at the time. So okay, I love the canopy beds. I love canopy beds. But my question is, do you hang something inside of the canopy bed headboard? Is that do people do that? Because I feel unless it's small enough, it just looks weird. So I chose not to hang something in there. I thought this furniture set that I've kind of made up with the base game stuff and the Seasons bed, I thought it went really good together. It was all kind of like that mid-century modern not mid-century modern, the craftsman-y, mixed with modern. And then I actually kind of forgot to do the porch there for a second. And then I was like, I better do the porch. So I hopped my pretty self on out here. Pretty self, whatever. I hopped myself on out here and did the porch real quick. I wanted to put more on it, but it's not a very big porch. And that's what kind of disappoints me about the apartments in San Myshuno's. A lot of them don't have outdoor space. And I don't know about anybody else, but most of the places I've lived have had like a balcony, and which granted wasn't very big, but I don't know. I think it's why I don't use apartments as much, is I like to have outdoor space. But the more I think about it, my Sims tend to stay inside a little bit. So it's like, why do you really need the outdoor space, you hooker? And so, yeah. I also noticed I love how none of the other apartments hardly have anything on their porches. So there's that. But it's really unfortunate though that we can't build on the apartment balcony in Evergreen Harbor. I think that's really unfortunate. And I never thought about putting a bird feeder on the balcony until today. So here's the finished photos. Here's the back side of the apartment where you can see the actual apartment. Here is the front door looking out to over the apartment to the patio. Here's the office area with the baby Yoda and the baby cow plant. Here is the living room. Dining room with my table and chairs that I am obsessed with. Here's the kitchen with the platform. I love this kitchen, so much storage space. Here's our wee little bathroom with our water conservation toilet. And there is the bedroom. Okay guys, so that's it for the speed build. I hope you guys liked it. This house is on the gallery now, or this apartment I should say. And like I said, when you place it, you'll have to put back some of the walls and lift the platform back up, but that's just the ways of apartments. They're kind of tricky. Make sure you use bb.move objects on when placing. And again, I want to say thank you to all the people who have subscribed recently. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. I never thought I would be to 300 subscribers and to be at 315. I got like 30 in one day. It was just like, wow. So, but I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to ding that bell so you get notifications when I post new videos. Also, I post on here when I go live on Twitch, so you guys will be notified of that as well. And it'll give us a great opportunity to get to hang out and get to know each other, and you guys can help me make decisions on some of my builds. So anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and love you pieces. Later, tater.